Hey everyone, so welcome to your October readings. Of course, this is for the whole month of October. It is a much larger spread than my weeklies. It will not resonate with everybody, but hopefully you can take something back with you. It is a general reading, of course, and also check out your rising and moon signs as well for more clarity. And what else? Oh, I do personal readings now. That's in my About section, the About tab. If you just look on by the videos now, there's an About tab. If you're on a phone, you have to slide it over a little bit more, or else you can't see it. So with that, I guess let's begin. Aquarians, how are you? How's my dear Aquarius? This is your October 2019 reading, and we're going to see what Spirit has to say to you, maybe some advice, some upliftment, some clarification on a matter. Of course, I do my weeklies. This is a monthly, so it's a much larger spread. And if you would like a reading, of course, it is in my About section with how you can contact me and all the details. And that's right in the tab there on the face page. If you're on a phone, you have to slide it to the left, or to the right, rather. And let's begin. So, my dear Aquarians, for October 2019. Oops, that's too many cards that just popped out. Just need a good shuffle. Alrighty, here we go. Now the top cards, four top cards are your past. Let's bring them over here a little bit. There we go. Okay. And hopefully we can see that. And then the next are the present. After that, we have advice from Tarot, or things you might have to overcome, advice from Spirit. And then we have the the future, which is about 3 months in. And, it's hard to pin down time that way because time is a man-made construct. So, that being said, also your overall energy is the King of Swords here. And the King of Swords, of course, is all about, can be about the ethereal, it's about truth, justice, about communication, about ideas. The King is someone who definitely understands their power, definitely knows how to articulate. He could be, if this is a legal issue, this could be a judge maybe handing down a verdict, or this could be your energy overall, that you just precisely know what you want and you're moving forward with this idea and communication. So let's see what we have here, my dear Aquarians. You have the Chariot, which means things were moving along in the past, moving to the victorious state. Usually when the Chariot's there, it is about moving and forward momentum, but also usually in a victorious way, that things are changing for the better for you, that things are moving in a direction that's good for you. So you also had the Eight of Wands here, which is all about communication coming in, and usually coming in pretty quickly. Could be communication, could be also have been deals as well. You have, again, the Queen of Swords here. Again, she is similar to the King. She takes no BS. She's articulate. She knows how and what she wants, and she goes for it. And usually lots of communication. Again, if this is, if this is a legal action, it could be a lawyer, it could be a judge of some sort. So then we have the Four of Pentacles. And I'm going to put my readers on so to help me see. Okay, so the Four of Pentacles is all about sometimes holding on to something a little too tightly, maybe kind of sometimes feeling a little lax, so we kind of hold on to our money. Usually it's about money, but it could also be about ideas. We don't feel good to give. Sometimes it just feels like we're holding everything to ourselves. So this was in the past moment. Now I'm going to keep going on here because as we get more clarification, since this is a general reading, the puzzle pieces will sort of fit in better for me. But it does look like you were moving along. There was information coming in, no doubt from this Queen of Swords. But it could have been about this movie. I will get clarifiers for this because I'm kind of curious as to why the Four of Pentacles. Right now you have the Four of Cups, which is a bit of disappointment or things not working out quite the way you would think they would have. But this is the hand of God, basically, the universe saying, with that fourth cup saying, we know you're maybe not didn't work out the way you want to, but we're giving you this inspiration. Let's move forward on this. So it can be a little disappointment in a certain matter that maybe have happened, maybe whatever was moving forward here in the past. Hence why you were holding on to your Four of Pentacles here, your maybe perhaps finances or something else. This information going forward wasn't quite what you thought it would be. And sometimes, you know what? Things aren't always the way that we think they're going to be. And we have to look at the broader picture sometimes to see how that, translates. You also have the Devil card here, which is about greed and adverse, but it's also going to be about self-sabotage. It can be about addictions. It could be someone else playing the devil, in that respect of not trying to do, doesn't really have your good intentions for you. So, but usually a lot of the times it's usually kind of a self-sabotage card in some way. But we're going to see how this all plays out. We have the Emperor card here, which is about institutions. Could also be a bit, he if it's you, it's also a person who knows what they want, how to get it, does everything by the books. This also, again, could be an institution, it could be the law, it could be government, could be a corporation that you work for, those kind of things. He has a slower moving energy, as you can see, so that's hence why he does everything by the books, as opposed to the Empress being more fluid and more relaxed. But he is a manifester. So, you have the Three of Pentacles, which is usually working with somebody else's money or working in a group involving some kind of finances, usually like you're at a job and you're working in a group on a project for that company, that kind of thing. Or somebody's looking to give you finances for a project that you're doing or a business that you're doing, and you're kind of working in collaboration with them. So let's go on here. We have the Ten of Pentacles, which now it's telling you that the universe wants to give you this dynastic wealth, or that maybe keep your eye on the prize kind of thing. Because you are building something that is for the future, that basically the Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles is about building wealth for your family, building a family and having generational wealth. So whatever you're building is for the long term, and it's it's a lot of abundance. So it's a good card, but I think it's kind of keeping, because this is in the advice column, I think it's you have to keep your eye on the goalpost, basically. And also don't feel like there's a sense of loss. And this is the universe saying, yeah, there may have been like this disappointment here with this Four of Cups, but you see the guy here, he has 5 cups, and 3 of them have spilled over, but 2 are still filled. And sometimes the universe says, we know that you had a sense of loss here with this, but you still have these 2 beautiful cups here. Like, let's kind of move on and don't worry about the loss. Don't keep thinking about the loss. Concentrate on the positivity of it. So, also, it looks like you may have more information coming forward with the Knight of Swords here, and also a victory. So it does seem like, to me, the universe is saying, don't keep thinking about this loss of whatever happened here or this disappointment. You have a victory in store. Like, you have the ability to go forward, because this is also about, the Knight of Swords also rushes in with new ideas and communication. You have this ability. And then, of course, you have the Five of Wands here, which is conflict. Could be internal conflict or external conflict. You have the new world, the world, which is new endings and beginnings. So, beautiful card to have. And you have this beautiful Ace of Swords, which is all about brand new beginnings. And again, it could be about legal justice. It is a victory. It could be communication, just about a new beginning in general for new ideas and whatnot. So it's a beautiful thing to have. The aces are basically handed down from spirit. They want to give this to you, because again, they're concentrating. You've got to concentrate on this abundance. The Five of Swords here is about, could be an abuse of power, but it's also that you were battling. You have this conflict here. You're battling, and you won, but at what cost? How much did it take out of you? Was the fight worth it? So I am going to get some clarifiers here, because whatever was moving along was moving pretty swiftly in your past, and it looks like information. It could have been legal stuff as well. Hence why you were maybe holding on to your money a bit. Someone may have been playing the devil, and if I see this as the government, maybe as a judge or something of that kind of institution. Whatever, if this is a legal suit or legal battle, things had been moving on, information coming through, maybe not quite to your liking because you have this disappointment here. And it looks like it has to deal with other people's money here. Let me get some clarifiers because I want to see what's a little bit more what's going on here. Okay, so I'm using my Klimt deck for the clarifiers. My dear Aquarians, what is going on in your world? This has been a very challenging year, by the way. You're not the only ones. Everyone has been going through lots of challenges, trust me. All right, so let's get a clarification on the Chariot, please. Clarification on the Chariot. And we have the Knave of Wands. Okay, so it was about information coming in pretty quickly. Inspiration about ideas, creativity was moving forward. There was some kind of newness that was happening. Something was offered. Of course, the communication was coming in. Let's check. Can I have a clarifier on the Queen of Swords, please? Can I have a clarifier on the Queen of Swords? Okay, you have the Ace of Pentacles. So again, this is a new beginning. So whatever new information was coming in was a new, had to deal, it seems, about money, about these, because Pentacles usually are about cash, money, finances, real estate, anything with like, creature comfort kind of feel to it. But this is the universe handing you all this abundance, usually monetary incomes. So you had this new inspiration that was moving forward, and this could have been you with this new inspiration moving forward and taking action to do it, taking the idea and running with it. That's going to make you this money, and it could be maybe this person, this Queen of Swords was helping you. Let's see why we have the Four of Pentacles. Why you're holding on. Can I have the Four of Pentacles, please? Let me clarify for the Four of Pentacles. There we go. You have the Seven of Pentacles. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so the Seven of Pentacles is about working hard, but your harvest, the harvest isn't there yet. But it could also about new businesses, new trips, meeting new people for your business, alluring people. So it almost seems like you were holding on, and I kind of get it. Maybe it's because you're waiting for the finances to come in for this business. Maybe you're being a little bit more judicial with how you spend your money on this new business or this new idea or creative project, which makes sense to that extent. Now, let's get a clarifier from the Four of Cups, please. The clarifier on the Four of Cups. Okay. So we have the Four of Pentacles again. Yeah, so I think the money was not quite turning out as much as you want. Like you've been working on this and maybe the payoff hasn't been as grand as you liked right now. Let's get a clarifier for the Devil card, please. Can I have a clarifier for the Devil card? Clarify for the Devil card. Alright. You have the Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands. Sorry about that. So the Four of Wands is about celebrations. It can be about stability. It can be about even marriages. So it's interesting that it's showing up with the Devil card, strangely. So maybe, though, it could have been dealing with your home. Something about your home, or maybe something in your family life. Let's just get another clarifier on the Four of Wands, please. Can I clarify on the Four of Wands on the Devil card, please? Okay. You have Justice. So you're seeking truth. Seeking truth, seeking justice, seeking balance. Can I get a clarifier for the Emperor, please? Can I get a clarifier for the Emperor? Can I get a clarifier for the Emperor? We have the Eight of Cups, which is moving away from what no longer serves you. So you're moving away from this Emperor, which it kind of no longer serves you. I almost feel like it's almost an institution. I'm curious because this is very interesting. Moving away. Maybe you're moving more towards the Emperor energy. Truth for the justice. I'm just sorry, taking a moment because it's very sort of the complexity of what's coming out here is very can mean different. It's very vague, which sometimes happens. But can I get a clarifier for the Three of Pentacles, please? Okay, King of Wands. So this is a person who goes and gets what they want. This is about creative ideas and inspiration, and this is a person who just goes for what they're looking for. So, but you have this with other people's money, with basically working together in a group. This present scenario, because you have this idea with all this was bringing into abundance for you. Something didn't quite pan out the way that you wanted it to yet. You're still feeling a little bit of lack. But I'm trying to figure out if the devil is you and it's a self-sabotage thing, or if it's not. It almost seems like it has something to do with the home environment, with the Four of Wands, and it looks like you're seeking justice. Like you want the truth of the matter. So I don't, but then you have the Emperor here, and you're moving away from that. Almost like you're moving away from that, and maybe moving away from the idea of without them moving away from other people's money, or maybe you're searching for a new job. Maybe you're taking the stance of the King of Wands now, moving forward in that aspect. You know, like I'm not working with anybody else on this. I'm working alone. I'm starting my new business, that kind of thing. Because I don't, and you're the King of Wands, which is all about communication, moving forward, law, justice. Let's go a little bit further here. Can I get a clarifier on the Five of Cups, please? Can I get a clarifier for the Five of Cups? You have the Stars, which is all about hope, inspiration. So again, it's telling you for the Five of Cups is that you can't be worrying about the loss here, or the perceived loss. And can I have a clarifier for the Knight of Swords, please? Can I clarify for the Knight of Swords? Knight of Swords. You have the Five of Swords. Again, abuse of power. At what cost? Maybe you're going to find information about this abuse of power. It looks like somebody. I'm going to say somebody in an institution. Maybe it's a company you're working for. Like you had this idea of going forward. Something was moving, whether it be steamrolling a project yourself in a company, and you thought this was going to make money. You're maybe holding out, or wasn't working quite to your advantage. Maybe they weren't paying you enough. You're a little disappointed in that. And it does involve around like the home life. So maybe it was affecting your home life in some situation. It feels like you're moving away from whatever this is. I think whatever the Emperor is to you, whether it be a company that you're working for, or maybe a person that is kind of like in the Emperor kind of realm, like maybe a little overbearing, maybe a father figure or a type of father figure that you're kind of moving away with. And it could explain why it's in the home environment. Maybe this is a relative that you're working with. Could very well be. And you kind of want the truth of the situation. Something didn't quite pan out or work out that well here. And I think you're tired of, I think you're done with working in collaboration with other people's money. I think you want to set out on your own, because you have this King of Wands energy, which is like a go-getter. He goes for what he wants. And, you know, there was obviously some loss here because things didn't quite turn out the way you wanted them to. You had been working on them. And it looks like there's a bit of it's saying to me like abuse of power, or the conflict here. It says that you can be victorious and you can continue with, keep your eye on the goalpost, be this King of Wands and move forward. Let's get a clarifier for the Five of Wands here. Can I have a clarifier for the Five of Wands, please? We have the King of Cups. So new offerings are going to be coming in. Emotional stability offerings. That could be offerings of love, yes, but it could be more of like emotional support. It could be offerings that somebody offers you a new job, or ideas or something that brings you emotional content. It brings you to emotional contentment. So, and kind of ends that conflict. I think you need to sort of, be careful about this conflict. Can I have and it is a new beginning for you. The universe is trying to bring a new beginning, and I think that's what this King of Wands is saying, is that you need to take this energy now and move it forward into a brand new start. Leave the conflicts behind if you can, because you got a new emotional offering here. And you got this victory card, which you also said, the universe is saying, keep your eye on the goal here. It wants to offer you this new start. Can I have a clarify for the Five of Swords? Five of Swords. Queen of Pentacles. All about usually finances. Could have been abuse of power. This could be someone as well that had that you had to overcome. It's interesting because it's how this is playing out. Something you're moving away from. You're moving away from this Emperor. That's a definite given. And whoever that is for you, or whatever company, or if this is something that have to do with the law, obviously it had to do with finances and the information that was coming through. I do sense a disappointment here, obviously. It does say you're moving away from this. I almost feel like this is almost like a father figure, somebody you're working with, a family member, but in a very sort of Emperor kind of authoritarian kind of like my way or the highway kind of thing, and you're kind of moving away from that. You want justice, you want truth, and it's affecting your home life. This Devil card is affecting your home life here. It is affecting the home life, and you're just ready to move away. And it almost seems like you're tired. To me, I'm gonna give just one more clarifier on this Three of Pentacles. Can I have one more clarifier for the Three of Pentacles, please? One more clarifier on the Three of Pentacles. Three of Cups. Okay. It was about working with other people's money, obviously here with that, but I feel that this also can be working in collaboration with people, the Three of Cups. But I feel that this is more of a celebration card for you because of the King of Wands is here, and I feel like you moving on your own is cause for celebration. I think the universe is saying whatever you're tied up in here, whatever money you have with other person, or maybe a business that you had started together, it almost seems like it's telling me that it's time to move on and do this yourself, or find somebody else who you trust or can work with you in the capacity that you want. Because there seems to be an abuse of power here. There seems to be, the battles, the conflicts. The universe is trying to offer you a new start and new clarity and victory here. Again, it was about the money. So let's do a final outcome for you. My dear Aquarians, what is going on? And you have to leave me some comments. I really want to know what's been going on in your world. Who this Emperor is, Let's see. Because I really think this is more of your external world. Can we get clarification, or an outcome rather? Can we get an outcome for my dear Aquarians? Alright, so 1, 2, 3. Okay. Oh, well, this is much better. These outcomes are looking very good. Okay, so you have the Three of Wands, which is all about expansion, which is beautiful. It's kind of like watching whatever seeds you planted are growing, which we did already have this in the Chariot. It feels like things were moving, but then there was kind of a little bit of an interruption. Something didn't work out quite as what you thought it would. The Seven of Pentacles could also have been the person, the Emperor, Seven of Pentacles. This could have also been a person. It could have been the Emperor or someone coming in to offer for some finances that maybe just didn't pan out as well. Maybe you are going to seek new investors, but your whatever it is that you've started, this project or business or whatever, is expanding, and it's telling you here, because with these new starts, it's saying take the fool's journey. Like, you need to start. This is a new journey for you. You need to be on your, I figure, on your own, because you have that one energy, and then you have the Cup of Chalices, the Queen of Chalices, and she's all about having her emotions in control. She's not weighed down by her emotions. She makes logical decisions, which is exactly what you need to do, because with these conflicts here, we tend to get more emotionally bound, and when we do that, we don't make logical decisions on what we need to do. So, and I know sometimes it's very tough to do, to put the emotions aside. Meditation, walking outside in a park, getting back to nature, anything that sort of balances you out will bring your emotions more into balance, and that's where you have to be. That's what the universe is saying. But I think you're going to do that. I think you're going to use the Fool's journey here and go forward with your emotions in control. You have the Moon card here, which is fear, which is things not seen. It can be your subconscious secrets being held. But I think in this case, I think you're a little fearful. But I do believe you'll be able to stand in your own power. The Nine of Pentacles is all about standing in your own power and about this abundance. So beautiful. And then you have this Ace of Pentacles, which is the universe trying to hand you, again, all this, because you had it here. You had the Ace of Pentacles up here in the top in the past. It's still offering you all this. It's still offering you all of this wealth, all this either, new finances, new career, new job, whatever. Because it's even saying, keep your eye on the goalposts. The Ten of Pentacles is like, you're doing this because you're building this wealth for the future, for your family, etc. And you will be victorious. You have the new stars in that and the Fool. This is beautiful how this is transpired. I'm just going to go a little clarifier on the Moon card. Are these upside down? No. Can I get a clarifier on the Moon card, please? Can I get a clarifier on the Moon? Oops. Can I get a clarifier on the Moon? Okay. The Emperor. Which is so funny. Yeah, it's funny that the Emperor pops out again, because usually a lot of times people can be the Emperor. Sometimes the Emperor is a balanced energy usually, but in this case that it is coming out with the Moon card, this Emperor, whoever you're walking away from, whether it be an institution or a company you're working for, or like a fatherish figure or a business partner, that is your fear of going forward. That's the fear, the lingering fear in your head, is this person or entity. But it's the universe is saying, no, baby, you can stand on your own 2 feet, because we're going to give you all this. So it's saying, beautiful, you need to move on from whoever this Emperor energy is, or whatever this Emperor energy is, and only you would know that. But I want you to leave me some comments, Aquarius. And I hope you like, share, and subscribe. And if you want a personal reading, it's again in the About section on my page, how to reach me, the details, etc. You have to, I love to know, but that you remember, even though there's a little bit of conflict and things have been challenging, you've got new starts, beautiful new Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, new starts, being the Fool card. I love this energy for you for October. Thank God the year's almost over, I know, for a lot of people. And I wish you well, Aquarians, and take care. Have a good one. Ciao.